Aye. That didn't go to plan.
New year, new Champions League match balls. What's going on, guys? Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com bringing you my review of the brand new 2017-2018 Adidas UEFA Champions League Finale official match ball. I have the regular version as well as the orange winter ball variation you guys just saw. Retail on these guys is $160 US, and we're essentially going to go over all the details of what this year's Champions League ball that will be used throughout the group stage is all about. So if you're interested in learning more, stick around and watch the entire video. If you're interested in one of these for yourself, either the white one or the orange one, I'll leave a little pop-up on screen, or you can click the first link down below in the description where you'll find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes where you'll be able to pick one of these up below its normal $160 retail price. Physically, the Champions League ball is the same as last year's, but we'll talk about the specifics of the ball in just a second. Focusing on what has changed though, that is of course the colors and graphics. So of course this is the standard version. We'll take a look at the winter ball one in just a second, which features a white base. This is likely what's going to be used in pretty much every single group stage game. And of course with that white base, you have the new graphics featured within the stars, which is basically what changes from year to year. And the graphics, as you guys can see, is kind of like a lightning pattern. So you have this light blue and what I would describe as kind of a light green, light teal type color. Not the most detailed graphic that we've ever seen from Adidas on these Champions League balls, but still, the colors themselves, it's fairly simple. The design is really, really good looking, and the ball as a whole, I think is pretty attractive overall. For me personally, if you're asking me about the best looking match ball out there right now, it's been the Champions League ball for the last several years. I really like the look of this star design. When you have a more simple white and black base, that to me is always when it looks the best. You can see you have the Champions League branding there on either side of what I guess is the front of the ball. The Adidas logo right there, it does read official match ball. You're gonna find the FIFA approved stamp right there. And of course, some fine print letting you know that it is a size 5. There's a look at the valve. It's kind of hidden within the graphic given that the star is black as a base. And that's pretty much it in terms of the aesthetics of the ball. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Here's a quick look at the winter ball variation, which exists as a precautionary ball that they have to have in case of really severe weather. So if it's really heavy rain, really bad snow, where the visibility of a white ball is not going to be sufficient, they have this bright orange one as a backup. But historically, this one pretty much never gets used. So you have a bright orange base, super, super bright in person, and the stars, as you can see, are not black in color. They're basically like a navy blue as a base, and then you have silver and blue to make up the lightning graphic, which definitely does look different than what you'll find from the regular version. Everything else is the same though. The Adidas logo, the Champions League branding, the FIFA badge, all of that is black in color. And really, it's a cool looking ball in general. It definitely stands out a lot more than the white one. You can of course use it when the weather is not severe, or if you're just a collector or you want to buy the new Champions League ball, this is definitely going to be the more rare variation down the line, especially because they never use it in the tournament. They don't produce as many of these, nearly as many as they do the regular version. So if you just want something different, the winter ball version probably is the one to get. Like I mentioned earlier, the ball is physically the same as last year's Champions League ball. It has the signature star-shaped panels with 32 panels in total making up the outer shell of this particular ball. So in that regard, it is one of the more traditional match balls out there in terms of how it feels and performs, which we'll talk about in just a second. The panels themselves are made from a polyurethane synthetic material, and as you can very clearly see, at all the seams, it is thermally bonded. So the construction and general roundness of the ball is pretty much perfect. I've done a close inspection of this one as well as the winter ball variation, and it's pretty much as close to perfect as it gets. But whenever you buy a match ball or any soccer ball for that matter, whether it's in store or online, always do a little inspection of the entire ball because you will find imperfections from time to time. And if you're going to be paying top dollar, $160 for one of these, you want to make sure you have a perfect one. So if you do find some minor or even major imperfections, it's definitely worth exchanging it and getting one that is exactly right, because they definitely are exactly right most of the time. So really good construction. The reason why it is thermally bonded is to maintain the shape of the ball. They are perfectly round, and also to not allow water to get absorbed absorbed into the ball. That is also partially due to the synthetic material as well, but you'll find that this ball does not take up any water whatsoever. So the weight remains the same whether it's dry or wet, which is definitely great about modern match balls in general. The older leather ones would actually absorb water and get a lot heavier because of that water absorption. As far as the panel surface is concerned, you can see that it does have a micro texturing to it, where the texturing is actually more significant on the star-shaped panels versus the white panels, which is interesting, but that's what's been featured on the Champions League ball for a few years now. You can't tell that there's a difference in texturing on certain panels rather than others, but the reason why it's there in the first place is actually to wick away water from sitting on the surface of the ball, making it feel more slippery. Because the texturing's there, it's kind of broken up, so the grip on the ball in wet weather remains more consistent overall, both for players as well as goalkeepers, which is really, really nice. So overall, quality and construction of the ball is excellent. Of course, it is FIFA approved. This is the exact version of the ball that you'll see the pros using on TV in the Champions League this season. As far as performance is concerned, I really like the Champions League ball. Because it does have a 32 panel construction, it does feel more traditional than what you would get from the alternate match ball from Adidas, as well as Nike's Ordum 5 match ball, which you'll see in a lot of professional leagues. Now, what I like about the Champions League ball in terms of performance characteristics is I find that this ball does curl particularly well in comparison to any soccer ball out there at the moment. So for that reason alone, if you like curling the ball, this definitely might be a match ball that you would want to consider over others out there. I also really like the fact that it does feel a little bit more traditional, and because of that, the more traditional construction, the flight path and general predictability of the ball is very, very good. Meaning that if you kick the ball straight, it goes straight. If you kick it left, it goes left. It's not gonna really wobble around in the air. It's not gonna do unpredictable things, which you may or may not like. For me, predictability is a big thing in soccer balls, and I think this does that better than pretty much any other match ball out there at the moment. In terms of the feel with regulation air, it does have a firmer sensation, but this does have a more lightweight feel, ever so slightly lighter than most other match balls out there. Not to the point where it feels like balloon light or anything like that, but it does feel notably lighter if you're kicking this side by side with an Ordum 5 as an example, or a Nike Ordum match ball in general. Again, something you get used to after about 10 minutes or so, because it does feel slightly lighter as well. I really think that this is a particularly good match ball if you like doing freestyle juggling tricks or something like that. This does feel really good when doing those types of skills. So from a performance standpoint, it is an excellent ball. You truly do get what you pay for. Again, it's the same ball you're seeing the pros using on TV. As far as durability is concerned, again, because it is so expensive, it's worth mentioning. These tend to hold up extremely well. Taking care of them is pretty easy too, as long as you keep air in it. As long as you keep it clean, as long as you don't leave it outside or in direct sunlight or something like that, you really shouldn't have any issues. Obviously, avoiding using it on cement as well is probably a good idea, but if you stick to natural grass or even on artificial grass playing surfaces, this ball should hold up really, really nicely for you and last a very long time. Anyways, that is it for my review. Look out for this ball in the group stages of this year's Champions League. Again, if you're interested in one of these for yourself, you can click the little eye in the corner of the screen or the first link down below in the description. That'll take you to the review page on my website, where you'll find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, where you'll be able to pick this guy up below its normal $160 retail price. If you have any questions for me at all, leave them down below in the comments and I definitely will get an answer out to you. If you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and informative, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information linked down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, thanks for watching.